Okay. So first of all, good evening. Second of all, we left off on Tuesday night that you have to say a little bit, but to do a lot. Meaning until what you instructed the child to do, you have to make sure that he will do it. No screaming, no shouting. Calmly, you have to make sure that they do it. As I said in the beginning, we have 8 general rulings. Now we are in general rule number 5, which we're going to call it threatening without any meaning to it. Sometimes it does happen that the parents trying to force something on the kid in what they threatening the child. And they're threatening with something that they're not going to do anyway. Meaning there is no credit to what you're saying. And we're saying things that we also know that we're not going to be able to do that. When did it happen? When we're losing it. We're already tired, and the child was able to, to pull our nerve system up to the end of it. And then we're jumping up and down. And you're doing it not because your mind is in place. You're not able to control your feelings. And you're angry. And you're saying things that doesn't make any sense. Why? Because you see that you're not able to bring the child to do what you want him to do. So every person that we know that is in emotional turmoil, he needs a set of nerves like an iron in order to control himself and to think on the outcome that what he's going to do now. But every threatening, you have to understand, is pasul, it's something no good. You don't say to the child something that you're not going to do. Whatever we say, we have to do it. Not only you don't have any benefit from empty threatening, empty. You're becoming weak in front of the kids, and the kids will laugh at you. Unfortunately, many kids don't pay attention to the parents, they're laughing at them. When Ima talks, like she's talking to a wall, they're doing what they want. How did it come to this point? Example, Ima is threatening the child with empty one, of course. If you're not going to sleep on time, I'm not going to take you to the wedding of your cousin. You think it is going to happen? Huh? Not in a million years. So why are you saying it? Why are you saying it? What are you saying? If you're not going to sleep now, you're not going to the class trip. You're waiting for the class trip for only why one day you're going to be free from this child. The school will have him all day long. So why are you threatening the child with such a thing that he knows in advance is not going to happen? So everybody who's going to hear you, we're going to feel sorry for you. And the problem is that you think that the kids not catching the situation. Oh boy. I advise you to talk to kids and see what they say. You're going to be full of surprises. This child, what he tell you. He says, so what if my mother screams? Anyway, she's not doing anything. That's what they're going to tell you. I'm asking a child, tell me, aren't you afraid that your mother, screaming at you? She said, why should I be afraid? She's screaming all day long. That's it. Many of the problems of the children are not disciplined because we, the parents, we had a custom to threaten empty threats, empty. And the kids used to laugh among themselves. Among themselves, they're laughing at you. So now, how does the parents feel? Like a loser. I'm saying things, and these kids don't want to follow. What else can I do? And also now it takes a toll on the parents' self-confidence. The parents feel we're not able to control our kids. Can you have something worse than this? Listen to a case. You tell me what you think. There's a child, his name is Mordechai. When his father wanted to threaten him or to scare him off, he used to scream at him and to warn him, if you're not going to listen to me, I'm not going to talk to you forever, forever. Listen to my words, okay? I'm not going to talk to you forever. And I'm going to disown you. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm going to disown you. And at the time will come that you have to get married, don't come to me. Okay? You're going to be the judges. I'm not going to say anything. I will let you say what you want to say. problem was that he said it very frequently, not only on Mordechai, on all the kids. To everybody, he said the same thing. And very frequently he did it. So what happened now? In the beginning, the kids got scared a little bit. But when they saw it's a pattern, so what do you think they did? They looked at the father as a crazy one. They saying, we have a crazy Abba we have. And sometimes they told me, he screams and we want to laugh. We have to hold ourselves not to laugh. Could you imagine? A father screaming his lungs out and the kids wants to laugh? So I don't have to tell you all the empty threats didn't do any good, no influence. The kids say, okay, what's the big deal? And yet, he told me that they used to speak among themselves, the kids, and they say, you know, Abba, I think, is a mental case. That it's not pleasant to be in his surrounding at the time that he gets his okay. What do you say? What will happen now in this house?
The children will always ignore this father. They will always ignore him. And maybe when they get older, they will just run away.
Probably.
The father will lose authority.
He already lost it a long time ago. There is worse than this. No. Don't rule out that the kids, when they grow up, they go to Ima and say, I think you have to take Abba to psychologists. He needs pills. And they feel pity for Ima. How can she live with such a man? Meaning Abba becomes out of the picture. Not only that, the kids looking at him as a mental case. And there is many cases that I know that I have to deal with, that's what the kids feels. A child sat here in my office and said, my father is a lunatic. Could you imagine a son saying on his father he is a lunatic? I was just about to fall off my chair. So now, what happened at the time when this child has to go to Shidduchim? He will be so afraid because he doesn't know what his father can do. So the child himself will lose his self-confidence. And who knows what? And he may say to, if he will be fortunate enough to find somebody, he will warn his wife to be in advance or already after. Stay away from my father. He is a little bit off. He always used to scream. So this general ruling saying, it's better for you not to threat. Why? Because anyway, you're not going to, because your threats are empty. So better don't say anything. You learn how to discipline a child. It doesn't go with threats, forget it. We're going to number 6. Number 6, sometimes we threaten and then we did what we said. I'm gonna punish you. I told you, okay? Now you're gonna get it from me. Okay, very good. And you have to do it with no guilt feelings. You do it because the child deserves it now. That's all. You have to explain the child why. You say, we had a deal, you didn't keep your deal, and that's the consequence, and leave it the way it is. Next time, you have to learn to keep your words. But you can destroy the discipline in the house. How? When the parents starting to apologize to the child. That we had to punish you. You want to apologize to the child?
Rav, didn't you teach us that it's good to show like Rahmanot to your child? Apologies is okay.
Only if you made a mistake, I say you have to say sorry to the child.
Thank you.
Because when you starting to apologize to the child, you're sending a message, maybe we made a mistake over here. Not only that you don't have to apologize, don't try to explain yourself too much. The moment that you start to explain too much, time after time, you're looking for justification from the child. He has to okay the punishment. And the child feels that the parents are not so sure that what they did, it's okay. You cannot do this. You're deciding, bingo, that's it. Then husband and wife going to discuss. It was justified, not justified. If they feel that they made a mistake, then they can go to the child and say, you know, we thought about it. It was a mistake, and we are apologizing. We're only human being, and that's it. Only if you're sure that this is a mistake. But if you know that the child deserves it, and you're going to look him to give you a stamp, extra that what you did, it's okay, or you have to apologize and to start to explain 1 time, 2 times why I did it, forget it. Don't do that. You're mistaking if you think that if you try to justify yourself, so I'm letting things be smooth and it will go away. On the contrary, when you're explaining yourself time after time after time, you're sending us a signal that you're not that sure that what you did was right. That's why you keep bringing it up. You want me to tell you, no, it was okay. Here we go. Shimon coming to Reuven and he said, maybe you can lend me some money. Reuven says, at the moment, I can't. And he told them, you know, I bought this, I gave loan over there, and this and that. He's starting to, again, explain and explain and explain and explain. And he said, I hope that you will understand me. We will think, okay, fine. He says, it's a nice man, you know, at least he's trying to. We'll tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Why not? The more Reuven will try to justify himself and to apologize why he cannot give you the loan, he's just calling Shimon to put more pressure on him. Why you were able to give this and to me you say no? You're giving him ammunition to work against you. And Reuven kept explaining and trying to justify himself. And Shimon got more. He says, so if you can do it for him, why you cannot do the same thing for me? Yeah. And he started to play a game that he got hurt very much. Why he can do it to the neighbor and not to him? I'm not that important to you. So what happened? Reuven wasn't able to stand the pressure and he gave him the loan. And Shimon in his heart were laughing at Reuven that he gave him the opportunity to put pressure on him. Did you get what I'm saying? Yes or no?
No, Rabbi, I didn't understand.
I knew it.
Not really everybody understood, but it was a little bit confusing.
Yes. When we weak and we want to punish the child and we want to explain and to justify and to apologize, you know, we feel bad, we have to do it, but imagine I'm in the army, I have to send a soldier to jail, and I'm taking him to jail telling, you know, Behemet, I'm so sorry, but I have to explain to you why I'm sending you to jail, because I told you to do this, you didn't do that. You know, don't feel bad. It's okay. This soldier see that I'm weak. I'm weak, meaning I'm not so sure that what I did was right. When I'm right, that's what you deserve. Habibi, every action has a consequence. That's a consequence. That's all. I'm sending you to jail because I told you A, B, C, D was not done. And we said, that's going to be the consequence. And here we go. So that's why we're sentencing you for 7 days in jail. That's all. If accountant באמת, תסלח לי, you know, באמת you have to be mochel me that I have to send you to jail, you know, I don't feel good about it, but I have no choice, I have to do it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Now you understand?
But Rabbi, what if we expect too much from, let's say, a child who's 4 years old? We're expecting them not to, I don't know, not be so good to their sibling or not to make such a big mess. And then we punish them. We realize maybe they're not at fault. At that age, their expectations, it's our problem, not theirs.
So why did you punish him?
Because we think, let's say they're able to handle not to make the mess, not to hit their sibling. And then we realize, they're only 3, they're only 4. We have to explain it to them maybe a few times.
I heard. Why didn't you think about it before?
In the moment, a lot of times you just act.
Okay, here we go. That's what I spoke about. You cannot shoot from the hip. So now you're saying the answer why the kids are not disciplined. How can they? We're doing things according to our moods. Can you discipline a person according to your moods? That's not what they taught me. I saw it in my own eyes. So what the child will think, if you're shooting from the hip, is a, mommy, words are worthless.
But how do you know at what age what we could expect from them? How do we know at this age they can do this and at that age they can do that?
Who's supposed to know if not you? It's your kids. It's my kids. You're supposed to know how mature is the child, how sensitive he is, what the siblings are doing to him. You have to sit down and to think, So it's not only between us and the kids. Everywhere that you go, if you're deciding something and you believe 100% that what you did, it's justified, don't try to apologize, because you're sending a signals that you can explain yourself. Yes, explanation means I warned you, you didn't want to listen, and that's the outcome. Every person will understand this. When the kids feel that you're not fully believe in yourself of what you're doing, they see that you're apologizing, that you have to to punish this child or to fulfill what you were threatening him, if you're not going to say that's the outcome, I warned you, and that's it. So they feel my parents, they're not so sure even that what they're doing is right. And they becoming squeezers. They'll squeeze you. And especially when they tell you many times, you mean. How many times did you hear it? Huh? You're such a mean one.
All the time.
All the time. I hate you. And we get so, wow. And then the child says, Ima is vulnerable. And again, we're going to tell her, you mean you don't care for us? And then they say, you care only for my sister, not for me. They know how to squeeze you. And we're falling for this. We're falling there. It's a pit that's big. Put ear plugs. I warned you. You didn't do it. Next time you're going to keep your words. Have a nice day. And start to sing. So the child gets a message. Ima, she's sure of what she's doing. She's not budging with that. When the child starting to tell you, I hate you, you meaning he knows that you're weak. He found a spot and he comes with a drill. He said, let me drill exactly where it is. And you're not sleeping at night. My kids saying I'm mean. He hates me. My own child hates me. You cannot sleep at night. How can he say? Go to sleep, everything is fine. It makes me laugh. Sometimes people. So the general ruling is, if you're right, there is no need for justification. No need to apologize. No need. Otherwise, you're not going to be a captain of your house. You're not going to be authority. And that's why many homes you see, Sisu v'simcho b'simchat Torah. The kids having Simchat Torah every day. The Torah is Ima. They circling around her akafot until she's losing her mind. Why? Just a thought that this child, Mr. Shorty, and he is 5 years old. Bye, come here, bye, Nata. Hey, did you hear what I said? No. No? Okay. You teach him a lesson and don't feel bad about it. And kids get the message very fast. And you can say, you can cry, it's okay, you can cry. Next time you're gonna learn how to keep your words. What happens if you start to sing? Did you see it once? No? The child will say, stop this! Stop it! Why? He knows he's losing. Who wants to lose? And he must, we will sing, מצווה גדולה להיות בשמחה תמיד. You have to be שמח, even if you got punished, you have to be שמח, חביבי. That's all. I'm telling you, these kids, welcome to the army. They're going to obey every law. So if you write, don't feel bad. Now here we go to number 7. 7, you know, it's a number. When the parents are not on the same page, we have disagreement how to raise the kids. Do you know about such cases, or it's news?
Yes, Rabbi, we know.
You know, right? So, let me surprise you. It's something very natural and legitimate. I'm a man, I see things in a different way. You, a lady, you see things in a different eyes. Okay, very good. Nothing is wrong with this. Nothing is wrong. The parents are allowed to have 2 different opinions. Who said no? And that's what Hashem put us in such a situation. Then we're going to have 2 opinions, and we have to, you know. From the 2, we have to make 1. That's the challenge. Oh, always. Always. So it's allowed for the parents to be also, to have disagreement how to raise the kids. I have nothing against this. Legitimate. It's fine. Because actually we need the 2 approaches. We need it. Because approach only Ima is no good. And approach only Abba also, it's not good. We need the balance. Ima, she is too much over there. Abba is too much over there. We have no balance. And that's, here comes the communication and the agreement, and the couple, if they are on the same page or not, where is the relationship? Sometimes we're using the kids in order to spank each other, which is a terrible, terrible thing. It's a crime. I can have a different opinion than my wife, and it's legitimate. But not next to the kids. If it's next to the kids, it's going to be very difficult for you to give a chinuch to your kids. Kimat impossible. Almost impossible. when Abba give a punishment to the child, and Ima comes and says, why are you punishing him? Next to the child? Whoa, keep quiet now. Because what happened? You think that you're doing any good? Not at all. You're just sending a message to this child, and you're planting seeds, poisoning. Now what? Whatever Abba is doing is injustice. So now, not only the punishment will not do what it's supposed to do, this child will become a rebel child, a rebellion. Especially toward whom? Toward whom? Toward Abba. Why? Ima, she is also against him. So me and Ima against Abba. Here we go. And vice versa. When Ima becoming the what? The lawyer of the child. Or the prosecutor said, he wants chocolate. His father said, I'm tired to pay to the dentist already. No chocolate for you. Ima saying it, sorry. Ima saying, no chocolate for you. Enough with this. And the father comes and says, what do you want from him? It's only one piece of chocolate. Give it to him, no. And they're starting to argue now. They're starting to argue in front of the child. Are you going to take him to the dentist or I have to take him? So Abba will say, are you paying for the dentist or I'm paying? And the child, like a tennis game, you know, boom, 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 Abba against Ima. On what? On one piece of chocolate. But are you out of your mind? So the child opening up his eyes to understand what? That Ima is not right. And now whatever Ima will say, you think has any teeth to it? Look, even Abba don't hold from what Ima is saying. So why should I listen? And parents doing it every time I hear it. It's almost in every household that the parents are not in the same page and they're arguing in front of the kids. You're scarring the kids, you're leaving them mamash. And it's a shlom bayit problem. Meaning, what are you doing? This child, soon enough, he will leave you. He will go to his own ways. So why don't you back up each other? So now what happened? We're helping the child to draw a picture that one parent is good and one parent is no good. It was the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right? This much I know. Once I saw it, outside, I see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay.
Harav, how do you know so many secular things? You so surprised me. Devorah said it's because the people you meet, they come to you for therapy.
First of all, I have eyes, I see.
Yeah.
No, but the title is good, the good. What good means, the bad, and the ugly. I thought that it's going to be a speech, somebody comes to say. All of a sudden I see Clint Eastwood, so I said, oh boy. That's not good. Okay, so now the child, whoever taking his side is the good. The one that wanted to prevent it is the bad. So now he will develop a negative feelings against the evil. If it's Abba or it's Ima, depends who is on his side. And he will develop resistance against the other one. So first of all, we are hurting the chinuch of the child from the bottom. And number two, it will cause a shlom bayit problems. Why? Because one parent feels that the other parent's stealing the child from him. He feels that I don't feel that he is my child. He became only her child. So the parents over here, you have to know that your parents before the kids, you are appearing as one. Even though you have two different opinions, but in front of the child, you one. And you're supporting each other no matter what. No matter what, you're supporting each other. And with this, the child will be a healthy child. And even the Gemara is saying it. It's written in the Chumash, Kabed et avicha ve'et imecha. Why first I have to respect Abba and then Ima? And the Gemara says, then it says in the Torah, Ish imo ve'aviv tirahu. Respect, you have to respect Abba first. Fear, you have to fear for Ima first. Why? Naturally, the child wants to respect Ima more than Abba. So the obligation is, first of all, you have to respect Abba because it's missing in your genes. But the fear toward Abba, you have already in your genes. And you're not afraid of Ima. So Ish Imo, your mother, first of all, you have to fear her because Abba, you have it already. Ima, you have to work on, right? Respect, Every child always will respect his mother more than the father. Why? Because Ima always there to assist him. Now, it's very important for me to explain you if something happened, and it can happen, then one of the parents lost it. He lost it. And in a moment of a weakness, or he was already so upset, he punished the child in something that in the second thought was too much, should not happen, should not happen. The other parents don't say nothing. It's better the child have this than to see the parents are not on the same page. The damage over here is damage for life. This is a damage of the moment. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I say?
Yes,
So Rabbi, even if the parent, if the other parent is out of line, you say nothing at all? You're saying that if the parent is losing it, you shouldn't even stop the other parent?
Because the child, after 1 day or two, he will already. But the fact that you and Abba fought or argued in front of him, these go to the subconscious, and to take it out, you need a miracle. So what's better?
But what if it destroys the child's self-confidence, self-esteem?
No. What builds the child is to see the parents on the same page,
No matter what?
no matter what. Then I'll tell you what to do. Then you sit with your husband after the child going to sleep, devastated, okay? You're sitting with your husband and say, okay, I need explanation. Why did you do it? Now it's a Shlom Bayit issue. And
Right.
now let's see how, okay, how much you mature. And you're saying to each other, you know what? I lost it. I was overreacting. Overreacting. We have to go to the child and say sorry now. That's what we have to do. Both of us. So the husband said, no, I'll go. I said, no. He has to know that both of us made the boo-boo, and both of us, we have to apologize to him. Very good. So who is coming into the room now? Abba and Ima,
And Ima.
the unit. And Ima should not say, we came here because Abba wants to tell you something. No. We want to tell you something. What happened today was a mistake. Abba and Ima made a mistake. We only human beings. We're not angels. We can do it. And we came to apologize, to say sorry. This child, I'm telling you, you don't know what you're doing.
As a team.
Team. He sees team, he's going to sleep. His confidence is so good. He says, I have a home to lean on. These people knows what they're doing.
Gotcha.
It can happen, somebody coming home with a bad mood, I don't know, is tired, overtired, or he's upset on the spouse, and the kid doing one small thing, we jump, the one who is upset, jumping on the child to take all the anger out. And I know the other one is, well, what is he doing? It's better to hold yourself up. I didn't see, I didn't hear. Because you have to work as a team. Most of the homes, they're not working as teams. I hear it every day.
Thank you.
Okay? So now, let's take another scenario. Abba came home upset with that. He said to the child, wait and see. You're not gonna have the phone for 1 month. Zero. Don't talk to me. Now, Abba climbed on a tree with this too high. And now Ima talking to him, he says, why did you punish him? He didn't do anything. You didn't see the picture. I'm here all day long. I saw that. So now we're getting back to Shlom issue. If they're good, if they're friends, they care for each other, they say, okay, so what we going to do now? She said, you know what? I'll go talk to the child, tell him, you know, go apologize to Abba this. I talk to him. Maybe, you know, let's find a way to get out of this in a nice way, but together. I will come as the agent of the child to talk to you, and then we're going to agree to say, you know what, me and Abba agreed that, okay, to ease up the punishment and zero. Why cannot we do it like that? Example. The child don't want to put the game back. And the parents already are just on the verge of collapsing, so tired. And he's losing it, and he's telling a child, punishment that from here until to put this game back, it's so 1 month, you're not going to play with this game. Then after he came down, he said, you know what, I think it was too much. How can I get out of this gem now? So then he calls Ima, he says, you know what, I think I was overreacting a little bit. Go talk to the child to come to apologize, this and that. And he might say, you know, I spoke to Abba, and if you're going to apologize, Abba will give you back the game. It's okay. Meaning Abba and Ima, the child gets a message on a good terms, they're working together, right? Ima have influence on Abba, and the child feels good. That's how you build a child. And the worst thing, and with this I will end. When the parents are not on a good terms, there is no shalom bayit, Each one want to take their children to his side, to go the other side. What are you doing? Why? Because they want to hurt the other side. Abba wants to hurt Ima, Ima wants to hurt Abba, and the kids are the whip. When I hear this, Behemet, I can faint. If something can make me faint, it is this case. What do you want from the kids? Leave them alone. Not enough that you don't know what to do with them, to use them. I'm even afraid even to say it, but that's called you abusing your kids. To use the child as a tool. I don't have even enough words to say how bad it is. If a parent saying to his child, don't listen to Ima or don't listen to Abba, I'll tell you what will happen. The child will look on both of them he will become his own, don't want to listen to them bichlal. And that's why the Torah is saying, Ben sorer umoreh. A child that the parents coming with him, they said, this child is not going in the right direction. And the Torah says, why not? Eno shomea bekol aviv ubekol imo. He doesn't listen to the voice of his mother and the voice of his father. And everybody asking why the Torah didn't say in the voice of Abba and Ima. Why 2 times the word call, which is a voice? Ima has a different voice and Abba have a different voice. And the outcome is Ben sorer umoreh, a rebellious child. They do whatever he wants. Ima, she's weak. Abba is mean. So I'm going to do what I want to do. Come on.
Korav, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Let's assume either the father or the mother punished the child, not punished, but said something to a child. And now the child is approaching either the mother or Abba and says, can you talk to, for example, Abba to forgive me? Can you tell the child, go sleep and I'll try to talk to Abba and we'll decide tomorrow? Is that good to say or no?
What did he tell you?
I said, let's say the father somehow said something to a child, the child didn't like it and got upset. And the child approaches you as Ima and says, Ima, can you talk to Abba? Can you tell the child, go sleep, for example, if it's happening at night? Can you tell the child, go sleep, and then we're going to talk the next day? No? You have to do it after that moment? Okay. Thank you. That's what I want to know. Thank you.
I hope that you got the message. I hope so. I hope that it was clear enough. So, if you want to be mechanech your kids and to give them self-confidence, self-esteem, good image for themselves, everything starts between the husband and the wife. They are the foundation. So even if you're not on the same page by now, you have to seek for help to see what to do. It's not a shame. Actually, it's a privilege if you have whom to ask. And it's only for the benefit of your kids. Imagine parents that don't want to listen. Isn't it a crime?
Yes, Rabbi.
Isn't it a crime? It's terrible. Because on every problems in the house with the Shalom Bayit, the number one sufferer is your kids. So if we're claiming that we love the kids, if we're claiming, yeah, the Shalom Bayit have to be up to par. And we're going to work together, and we're going to make a plan, and then the house will be disciplined. And you're going to start to see life. Bezrat Hashem. We'll continue Motzai Shabbat. And Motzai Shabbat is ruling number 8, which is self-respect. How much impact they have on our kids and on the discipline of the child. We're going to talk about it. It's a very good topic to start the week. Self-respect. So I see you all Motzai Shabbat in Mirza Hashem at 9 o'clock in Mirza Hashem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shabbat
Thank
Shalom.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Was nice
Thank you,
talking
Rabbi.
to you as usual.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi,